the eye. Transformers! Robots in disguise. Transformers! More than meets the eye. Transformers! Robots in disguise. Transformers. Welcome to Hollywood Toys, the only place where you can live the movies.
Greetings, Earthlings, and welcome to Hollywood Toys, the only place where you can live the movies. I am your host, Magic Mike, and welcome to my channel, where I do travel and entertainment vlogs, where I cover theme parks, comic and horror cons, movies, celebrities, action figures, video games, and more. And I also have some pretty cool action figure and movie merch, too. So be sure to subscribe to the channel, as well as hit that notification bell so that you won't miss out on any future videos, live streams, or new product releases. And now, it's magic time! Starring me, Magic Mike. How y'all doing today? Welcome back to another long overdue live. Welcome to some more updates. Welcome back. Welcome back to the channel. Hope y'all had an awesome Memorial Day weekend. I know I did. Of course, another week, another weekend, another week of, I should be caught up with everything by now. And guess what? Nothing's changed. Still not caught up in everything, but I'm getting there. I'm so far, yet so close. You know what I mean? All right, so just printing up some good old shipping labels for a crap ton of packages to ship out while I talk to you folks. And so thanks for joining me. So today we have my good friend Yakov Petrovich, who has come to join me today, as well as claim the #1 crown, who says, now this is what I call a party. Two-person party, but a party nonetheless, you know what I mean? Go, Mike, go! That's what we're trying to do, you know what I mean? Alright. And yeah, so, just gonna catch everybody up on all the things, all the knickknacks, all the doodads, and everything like that. Is my lens dirty, or is it just being weird? I don't know. All right. All right, so we got that one. So just printing up my shipping labels, and hopefully more people will join today so I can catch everybody up on what's been going on in the wonderful world of Hollywood Toys, the only place where you can live the movies and be a total dork. You know what I mean? Alright, so... Alright. So that's batch #1 of shipping labels. That... Oh! Oops! Almost forgot. We also gotta print our scan form. You know? Yeah, you know. Right, so, oh yeah, color, back, blah, blah. So one of my printers crapped out. No surprise. So I had a Canon regular standard A4 printer that I got like 3 or 4 years ago, and was using that as was one of my first printers that I ever got when I started the business, and used it and have used it to make a lot of my A4 printed stuff. So it has definitely well more than made its money back over the years, times thousands of times, right? But then over time, uh, the print head, I guess, started to fail on it, so it wouldn't print color images properly anymore. So I had no choice but to get another one because I like it so much, and good 3-4 years of just nonstop printing, thousands of full color, images and items and photos and props and things like that. No surprise, right? Things wear out and fail out. So I got another one, but then I thought, okay, what can it still do? So surprisingly enough, I was still able to print black and white images with it just fine. So I thought, let's to not be so quick to get rid of it. So to make the newer printer last that much more, I'll still use the defunct printer just to print my black and white images, mainly my shipping labels, right? Um, so I've been doing that for the past, couple years, still getting as much use as I possibly can out of that first printer until just recently, about a week ago. Now it won't let me do a print head clean. It won't, it just finally has had enough for how 4+ years, but later. So now I'm down to the one printer, the newer printer. So yeah, so we got, okay, that printed up. All right. Okay. Of course, I worked and worked and worked, editing in between printing and packing orders. Okay. Um. So I decided to go back to my movie watch list. For those of you that don't know, that will see this now or watch it later. For the past 15-20 years, I've been working on a fan edit project of the Christopher Reeve Superman movies, mainly focusing on the worst of the four, Superman 3 and 4. So what I've been doing is going through all the movies between the late 70s and the early 2000s to look for any potential usable stock footage that I can use for new ideas, for new scenes that I have that I'm going to be placing in those movies, to make the ultimate fan edits of those movies. And yeah, the thousands and thousands of movies that I'm going to be going through for the sake of the project. So, and of course, there's so many movies that I had to create the lists by year because there's so many movies, and create these lists in my computer. So everything from 1970 whatever, and then put a list of all the movies that I've gone through. What has usable stuff, what doesn't have usable stuff, and then by year by year by year, and everything like that. So I started from the late 70s, all the way up to, I just finished the 1993 list yesterday, so now I'm on 1994, the 1994 list. All right, let's get this. Oh, uncheck that. Nope. Hey, come on. Why won't you? All right, I'll just do it this way. Well, good afternoon, Carrie. How you doing today? Yay, another Mike live stream. I'd like to think so. Thanks for joining me here today. There we go. All right. No. What am I doing? We want to remove. Oh, I did that already. All right, just printing up shipping labels. Is that the... Yep, okay. So, yeah. Queen Natty, hello. How you doing today? Thanks for stopping by. I caught your live stream where you fell asleep live on camera. How did that go? Did that turn into a 10-hour live stream? I thought it was epic. Okay. Double check the weights here. All right. So Jonathan is right here. And here is my weigh scale. Now here's another weird thing about me. I'm very I don't know what you call it, but like I keep a daily diary, but whenever I buy anything, I like to write on it the date that I bought it, if there's a place that I could put it where you would otherwise not see it. So this is how weird I am. Or like, let's say pieces of furniture like these bookcases. Think about it. You're never going to look at the backs of these. They're always up against the wall. So again, on the back of them, I'll write in a Sharpie when I bought it, where I bought it, and there's plenty of space, and even a kind of a brief little diary of that day. So that way, like, whenever, 5 or 10 years, whatever, and I go to move, I could, when I go to move it, I'll be like, oh, I got this then, and you know, whatever, underneath shelving and pieces of furniture and, you know, whatever it is. So, yeah, I've done that here. So I bought this October 28th, 2020. 2020. Wow. It's hard to... 6 years ago, I got this thing from Office Depot, if not Staples. One of the two, but I'm pretty sure it was Office Depot. Okay. So, this one is not quite 8 ounces. So we can mark that as 8 ounces. All right, so we got that. That's 8, that's 8, that's 8, and another combo package for Chris. So fun. Is that the one? Just double making sure, y'alls. And still at 8. Wow, that's amazing. Oh, where's the other one? That's the flat A4 version. What is the weight on this? This also under 8. Wow, I'm on a rolls. Okay, so we got that. And yep, double check. 583, and there we go. Review purchase. Come on. You can do it. There you go. Revert purchase. Confirm and pay. $47.12 of this batch of labels coming at you. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. So, take that, copy, paste over there. Do we have the same? Yep. Okay. Scan forms. Very important. Scan forms. Yeah. Print. Yeah. Make sure we're in the right form. Yeah, yeah. And there you go. And then print the labels. There we go. All right. So, as I was saying, going through these list of movies, and the way I've been doing it, because again, I don't have 50 years. I want to get started on this Superman project. So the first thing I did, which took days as it was, is went to a site that lists like all the movies that came out year by year, and I would put that into my list, right? So what I'll do is first I'll go and I'll look at the trailer of that movie, and usually I could tell from almost the trailer, that this will have usable footage, this won't. I mean, especially obvious stuff like animated movies. Like, again, I'm going by title, so I don't know what's animated, what's a cartoon, or whatever, or any movie that takes place in ancient times or westerns, or any movie that doesn't take place in modern times. So I can quickly go through those and start just basically the process of elimination. Like, okay, that's not going to work, that's not going to work, and just erase those off the list. Then I'm left over with, and that already takes hours, days at a time, because like I was just amazed at how many movies actually come out per year. Like, I thought it'd be like, what, 20, 30? It seems like there's hundreds in some cases that, between the TV movies and independent movies and, all that stuff. So, then I make a list, and then I'll start searching to see where can I find which of this list now, out of those, what can I find that I could watch, what's available out there that I could see for free through all the different various sites, Tubi and Dailymotion, YouTube, etc., which gave me an idea that will become a future video: how to find and watch your favorite movies for free. As again, I'm the frugal master, so if there's any way of doing anything for free, I'm your guy to figure that out, So, yeah. And then, and then out of that list, okay, I can watch these movies for free here. Then I start going through those movies. And man, if I don't suffer for my art, as like I have seen some really, really, really bad movies. And the good thing though is, like, movies that I've seen once that are just so terrible, but I never have to worry about seeing those movies again, because oh my lord. But for every like 20 or 30 movies, there'll be one again that I haven't seen before that I'll like enough that, I think I'm going to add this to my personal collection of movies. The magic, my personal movie collection, movie list. So yeah. But then again, another idea that it gave me is what started out as watching movies for this Superman project can also be great content for the channel. Or maybe even the bad movies. Again, there are some that are so bad I couldn't even finish and refuse to even watch the whole movie. Like, I'll put it on, I'll start getting to work, and if like that movie doesn't suck me in within like the first 2 to 3 minutes, and I'm already like, what the heck is going on, and I can't finish it, then I'm like, I can't take this. And then I'll just skim through the rest of it, just specifically to look for, whatever usable footage. And 98% of the time, not only is the movie so bad, it has nothing usable anyways. But, at least that's one more movie crossed off the list. But, I do like movies that are so bad that they're good, that they're entertaining. So, either way, one way or another, I thought, hey, genius, Mr. Live the Movies. I can add these to my list, and it'll be yet another movie that I could review for the channel. Or more movies overall that I'll wind up with that I can review, do in-depth reviews, reactions, commentaries to, and all that stuff. So, what was meant for one thing can now become something for something else and provide, more content for the channel. Especially newer release movies that I otherwise personally didn't have that much of an interest in seeing for one reason or another. But then I thought, for the sake of the channel, though, I'd be willing to to step outside my comfort zone. Again, for the sake of the channel, even go see movies that if it wasn't for the YouTube channel, I wouldn't go see, have no interest in seeing. But it's got to have some kind of connection to some kind of movie or franchise that I'm already interested in and whatever. So, as much as I love Super Mario Brothers, the original games on Nintendo and the Super Mario and the Nintendo 64 game, I haven't seen the movie yet. And it's like, I love Mario, but I wasn't excited or enough to want to get up and go see it in theaters. So to this day, I have not seen that movie or Super Mario Galaxy. But again, if I was doing the YouTube channel back then I probably would have gone to see it and made a vlog out of it. You know what I mean? So between that and the last few Jurassic Park movies, which I had no interest in seeing, but for the sake of the channel, why not watch them and tell people about why it is I just had no interest in wanting to see it, and just doing rants on what I'm sure are going to be pieces of crap, but it'll be for all in good fun and fun, for the channel and all that good stuff. So yeah, so we'll be doing those. So, like the last 2 or 3 Jurassic Park movies, I just like, no, I don't want to. They're just running this into the ground. Like, Jurassic World, I think, was the last somewhat decent sequel to come after the original trilogy. And then I was forced by an ex-girlfriend to watch the one that came after, which I think is Fallen Kingdom. I did not want to watch it, but watched it anyways. And of course, no surprise, I didn't like it. Dang it. And then had no interest in seeing the last 2. But again, for the channel, why not? Just dive in. So at least I'll be getting something out of it. More content for the channel. As opposed to just for myself. I have no interest in those movies, but who knows? At the same time, there's always positives to come out of negative, because while I might not like the movie, I might see something in that movie that gives me an idea for another video, or spark some kind of idea that I otherwise wouldn't have came up with had I not seen it. I might find another piece of usable footage that I could use for my videos, or I might see an idea for a prop that I can make for the Jurassic Park collection that could fit within that universe and not be tied specifically to that one movie, and everything like that. So, yeah. Oh crap! Did I do this right? Bam, bam, bam. So, few nights ago, got started back on the movie lists. So I watched the Clint Eastwood movie In the Line of Fire. And surprisingly, not that bad of a movie. Not one of the best, but compared to like the cluster of bad movies that made no sense, I still don't know what's happening, let alone it's terrible. It's just the acting, like everything about it is like, oh my lord, how did this make money? So to see a movie that actually has a plot that has I understand pretty much everything that's going on. I can get invested in the characters a bit. So yeah. And then I watched My Girl 1 and 2. And again, mainly, of course, living in Florida and being, and that the filming locations are here in Florida, I want to do the locations. So I figured, watch the movies for that, as well as for, again, any possible usable footage. So, first one's okay. I did tear up, at the funeral of Macaulay Culkin when she runs up to the casket. Man, that was, yeah. But again, not like not something that I'm like, oh my lord, this is one of the best. I could watch this over and over again type of movie. It's a once in a great while kind of watch for me. So other than rewatching it for the sake of when I do the location video, aside from that, I'm not going to really be rewatching that one as much as some of my other favorites, let's just say. And then, um, I had no memory of watching part two, other than, of course, I've heard of it and I knew of it, and and of course I knew that, it starred Brian Austin or Austin Brian, whatever, the kid who played in Last Action Hero, one of my favorite movies. And so I watched it and I'm like, yeah, I have no memory of seeing any part of this, but so I think that was the first time that I ever watched it, and of course, not nearly as good as the first one, and the first one is barely that good or great. I mean, it's okay. It's I could live without it. Like if someone said you can't watch My Girl again for the rest of your life, I'd be like, okay. But the second one was just. I mean, the kids, of course, are always good on it. Great actors, great acting, but it just didn't do it for me. So, and of course, no usable Superman footage from either of the two. So there's that. Okay, we're down to the last two more labels to cut. Oh yeah. Another slow Monday here. I imagine most people are tired and partied out from the 3-day weekend, so that's cool. But there'll be a lot more lives to come. It's Tuesday. Oh, that's right. That too. Usually I do these on a Monday. So Tuesdays are slower? I don't know. Well, yeah. Um, yeah. So we have those cut, this cut, that cut, bam, 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 and a chick-a-lamb ham. Double checking. Yep. Yep, 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 and yep. All right. What's up? Oh boy. Um. So, okay. So, another thing that I've also been working on is doing things to market and promote the channel and all my social media to grow and get more followers, of course, and all that good stuff. So, I thought one I don't know, easy way of doing it. Again, I like to look at all the things that I could do in order. Like, what could I do for free that won't cost any money, just time, right? So, obviously, Facebook, I have a Facebook, and obviously, so I created a Facebook page just for Hollywood Toys so I could help, market, that and whatnot. Thinking, with Facebook, you don't, unlike kind of Instagram and TikTok, um, where only people can follow you, you can't send a friend request. Let's say, like with Facebook, you send a friend request and you're asking someone to follow you back or friend you back, whatever it is. So I thought, okay, so I'm going to go through, and that'll be, in other words, one of the easiest places and easiest ways to amass a large amount of followers in a short amount of time versus, again, Instagram, where you're just waiting and hoping people follow you, where it's kind of like more out of your control. Queers man, what's up? Thanks for stopping by, my friend. So again, so with Facebook, okay, set up the page. Now I could just start going through and just clicking add friend to all the friend suggestions, as well as, targeting my main target audience and going to all the other fan groups of all the movies, that I'm a fan of. The Terminator, Back to the Future, RoboCop, Transformers, Back to the Future, and on and on and on, and just start adding people. So, for the past couple months, like the last couple hours of the night before I go to bed, I'll just go through and just add, over and over again, hundreds and hundreds of people a day. And then I was under the understanding that when you switch your page to professional mode, you don't have the 5,000 friend limit, because if not, you can only have up to 5,000 friends. So I'm like, okay, that'll be a great place to start. So, eBay. So I started doing that, like I said, a couple months ago. And, of course, working like a charm. Like, I would be able to, like, add 50 to 100, couple hundred people a day and just keep growing that list. Thinking, oh man, I'm gonna be able to have all this be unlimited. Wrong. Well, I mean, again, it's great. So I finally reached 5,000 friends / followers. But then so now, and of course, the more I would send out friend requests, I was starting to also get friend requests back. Or not back, but like I would get friend requests about 10 or 20 a day. I'm like, man, this is even better. This is going to make this better, faster, easier, and I need some tape. What do you say? There we go. So I get all the way up to 5,000, and then when I went, I noticed this was yesterday that I would hit accept friend, and it said, nope, you've reached your 5,000 friend limit. I'm like, I thought, but my page is on professional mode. What's going on? So I Googled it, and so apparently the 5,000 limit is to limit friends that you can add or accept. but that doesn't include followers. So the followers are what's unlimited. So people can follow the page, but they can't send a friend request, and I can't send a friend request to them. So it's not all bad. So I could still continue to get followers there. So if you're out there watching, click on my Facebook fan page and give me a follow there. I'd greatly appreciate it. And for anyone that has been, or from this point forward, trying to request me as a friend, now you know why I can't accept you as a friend, nor can I send a friend request because of the stupid 5,000 limit. But at least that's a start. I mean, that's a huge chunk of people. Okay. So this one's going out to Arthur M. in San Jose, California. 8x14 Star Wars Canyon action figure backdrop. Dropping in the bucket right now. Okay. All right, next is some Chuck'em batteries, available only here exclusively at Hollywood Toys. The only place where you can live the movies. All right, so this one is going out to David F. in Palmdale, California. Oh, what you think about that? I don't know. All right. That on there. Nice and flat. Just like that. But I am up to 100 followers on TikTok so far, and almost 400 on Instagram, and almost 300 here on YouTube. So we're making progress, slowly but surely. But that's a whole other thing that I can't wait to free up time for. Just marketing, promoting, getting more followers, getting more subscribers. I'm going to be making some business cards soon. So whenever I am out and about, whenever I meet anybody, or especially anybody that is friendly, have a bit of a conversation, hey, you should check out my YouTube channel, and just be able to pull out the card with the QR code and let them go nuts. All right, we'll do the last of those three. So now we are down to your favorite and mine. Do you know what that is? The tubes! That's right. Down to the tubes. Going down the tubes. All right, so this one is going to Lennox A in St. Petersburg, Florida. All right. We'll be getting this one pretty quick. I used to live there, among pretty much all over Central Florida. Oh. Like it up, folks. Thank you very much, Queen Carrie. Okay. That. Wow, I think I'm gonna have these finished on time. There we go. Okay. What's next? All right, so this one's going out to Michael R. in Lake Charles, Los Angeles. Yeah, just like that. Okay. And depending on the package, too, once I get those business cards made, that'll have some flair, some color to it, other than just a boring black and white piece of paper. I'll be able to include that with um, I'll be able to include it with my these packages because for years I've been including a shipping note with the package that has my YouTube link on it. Thanks for your order. Or if there are any issues, you'd like to purchase items in the future for a discount, you can contact me at facebook.com/Hollywood Toys fan page to arrange for a replacement or refund. Maybe because okay. For some reason I thought the YouTube link was on it, but it's just the Facebook page. But either way, I do include the link, my YouTube link, all my social media links whenever someone buys from me. I'll message them saying thank you for your purchase. I just shipped your item and have all my links. But I don't get a lot of extra traffic or followers from all the thousands and thousands of people that have bought from me. So maybe, a business card will actually get their attention and cause more of those people to come over to YouTube. So we shall see. So I'm wondering, so obviously, once I create the template for it and figure out, okay, which company am I going to have, create the cards for me? Because I can make them myself, but I don't have the means to be able to print thousands or hundreds of cards like in a matter of in a matter of no time. Because for me, I would have to create a print sheet and then manually cut out each of the cards, which I just don't have the time for. So that's a case where it'll just be more time and cost effective to have another company altogether just do it. As long, like the more I buy, the cheaper it'll be, kind of thing. So I'm wondering if I would have the option or choice to get them printed on regular, like glossy cardstock, but also regular paper like this. So for 2 packages, I'd be able to roll it with the what like inside the tube without like crimping the card too much. Although I would imagine that maybe won't still be that much of an issue because those size cards aren't that big. So I have a blank one, but yet they are kind of, you know what I mean. So I don't know, maybe it won't be an issue. Who knows? We'll see. But I would almost prefer a paper version, especially if it's even cheaper to get them printed on just regular standard paper, where I wouldn't worry about you know what I'm trying to say. All right, so that's that. And now we're down to the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more to go. And everything will be labeled. Okay. So this one, let's see, is going to Jonathan B. in Fort Worth, Texas. Okay. Of course, the other, not concern, but like, I don't want to add to the cost of the items. So depending on how much like each card would cost per card, like if it's only 5 cents or less, then it wouldn't be that big of a deal to include it in the packages. But if they're like 25, 30, 50 cents, and especially, a small item where, like an ID badge where I'm only making a $4 or $5 profit, you know what I mean, will like also be determining factors on who I can or will include a card with and who not. But especially for someone versus someone that orders like 5 backdrops and like $100 to almost $200 worth of backdrops, it'll be not a thing to include a card, even a couple cards, in with an order like that. If they're buying that many and spending that much money in my store, I would think that they would give the YouTube channel a look-see. But still figuring it all out, folks, but I'm going to get it all figured out. Okay, next one is going out to Garrett G. in Tampa, Florida. Once again, they're going to be getting this one pretty swiftly. And again, of course, nothing super groundbreaking or stuff that I've come up with, but also once I get those cards, whenever I go out anywhere in public, I could stick some business cards in some car windshields in and around wherever I parked at. Not every single car in the parking lot, but you get the idea. So on my way into the store, whatever place, on the way out, all a little bit here and there that helps. But here is something, an idea I came up with that might be an original idea, or at least something that I thought of that I would be really surprised if someone else thought of this idea. So, and I'll do a video on it while I'm actually doing it, a live and or video or both. So, and I've had this idea in my head for years, but, soon, once I get the time, I'll be able to finally, get those cards. So the idea will be to go to the toy aisles, of course, and go to the action figures. And as we know, some of the action figures come in boxes. Some come in the clamshell packaging that you have to rip open. There is no flap to open. But for any of the boxed figures, and where there is room, I will take my cards and slip them into the box through the slit in the box. So again, targeting my target audience of other collectors and movie fans. So when they open this figure, they'll find my card in there. Although some collectors like to keep them in the box and might not ever open that package. So that'll be interesting for a collector out there to get one of those with, the intent of leaving it in the box for the rest of its life, having no idea one of my card, or I would have no way of knowing one of my cards could be in there. So I'll show you an example right now. Especially the Transformers figures. Here's one of mine. That's only in the box for now because, again, I need to upgrade my shelf space, and so I could eventually take these out and put them on display. But see the slit? I would just take my cards and just slip it right down inside each and every one of the boxes, action figure boxes like this, where I can do that. And then who knows? They'll see the card, surely out of curiosity, like, who is the nutbag that, what? Hollywood toy? Live the movies? And then who knows? They might go check it out and either become a subscriber or a customer or both. Doesn't matter to me. Something, And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a Sharpie marker and I'm going to put somewhere really small in the package, some kind of mark to where when I go again, I'll be able to look at it so I don't accidentally put the same card in more than once in the same package. Because who knows how long it's going to take for that stock to rotate, for those figures to sell before they get any new ones. But yeah, that's the idea. I might even do that on Lego packages too, even though I don't do anything that's related to Lego builds, but nonetheless. And then, do that, go around and do that like once a month. Make a day of going to all the Walmarts and all the Targets within a given, like a 5-10 mile radius. And just start going nuts, putting in cards everywhere. Okay. Where is my phone? Oh boy. Okay, down to the last three. Almost there. All right. This one is going out to Regis Philbin. Okay, maybe not Philbin, but definitely going out to Regis out in Des Plaines, Illinois. All right. And of course, at some point, I'm going to be making Hollywood Toys t-shirts that'll have the logo on the front, but then the QR code on the back, and start wearing those out as well. As well as sell them, which you can buy right now on my TeePublic store. I just got to make the version with the QR code on the back. So you can have your pick. You can get the one that has just the logo on the front, or the one with the logo on the front and the QR code on the back. and YouTube link and all that good stuff. And I also have some newer cool Hollywood Toys logo promotional images, posters, shirts, etc. 2 more. And this one is going out to Jennifer H. in Maline, Alabama, or Alaska. One of the two. It's one of the AL states. Or Alejandro. Ala America. Oh, yeah. All right. Look at him. Uh-oh. I have 2 packages, but 2 labels left. All right, so this one is going out to Yuri E. in Union City, New Jersey. My old home state. Harry says, I think AK is Alaska. Oh, yeah, duh. Thank you for that. Hope your appointment goes well today. So AL is Alabama, for sure. Oh, now we gotta figure out where this extra label came from. JL. Alright, it's not that, because I deleted... Did another order sneak in that I didn't see, that I forgot to whatever? And I know I canceled. So it's not that. I did that. Alright, let's check over here. Isn't it? Right? David? Daryl? Oh my dear. Oh, it's an eBay one. Um. I know I didn't print anything twice. Oh God. Okay. Now we gotta do the process of elimination. Alright, so obviously not that one. Not that one. Okay, so Jury. What? It could be possible that I didn't print this one because I thought it was another one. The other order. Because I got more than one, let's see, because we got the 23 version of that over there. And then didn't we have one over here? Let's see. I think that's what happened. So that's another order I'm going to have to print and pack and attach the label to. But other than that, we are finished with that. All right. And so, oh, and then the main update for today, for this week, for this weekend is, as I've mentioned before, as many of you know, I've been working on creating new on-camera channel vlog intros. So I created about 10 more vlog intros and been going nuts, spending every bit of spare free time, even video game time, trying to get all these done. At least the hard part, the actual on-location recording, is long done. And now I'm editing. So now I'm down to the very last two. And I saved what is going to be the best of those for last, but also the ones that I'm most excited about, and which are going to be my two favorites when it's all said and done. But they're also the most complicated and are going to take the longest because of that, because there's some, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Not that they're not all involved, but yeah, I don't want to give anything away, but yeah. So I would say I'm about halfway done with the last of the last two, with an average. So by the end of this week, and how many times have I said that? But down to the last two, like ever. And then once I am done with that, I could finally be caught up in everything and finally be in a position to be able to create consistent vlogs and upload several times a week, as well as do more lives per week, and just more content overall, because now all the hard work, all the pre-work will finally be done, and now I can enjoy and use those, all the new intros and outros, to where now, it's not going to take, a full day just to record and edit one single vlog. I'll be able to record and edit multiple vlogs in a day and just build up a cache of vlogs, to where, again, I'll be able to upload at least 3 to 4 times a week, but keep that consistent, and have a goal of trying to record, let's say, at least 2 vlogs worth of material per day, and stick to 3 to 4 times a day, anticipating that week here and there where I won't be able to, like, something else will come up and I have to catch up on something else, that, I'll always the more I build up that backlog of vlogs, then I'll still be able to keep up with that schedule. So even if I have a full week of not being able to record any new material for vlogs, if I have 10, 15, 20 vlogs ahead, then that'll kind of be my cushion to where I'll still be able to upload that 3 to 4 times a week, even though it was from vlogs filmed the week or a couple of weeks from before. And then every free moment that I have, I can get back to, okay, I can record this one, this one, this one, this one, and not be as worried about perfection and this, that, and the other, because the vlog will be more relaxed, more, off the cuff, and not as heavily scripted, and not to where I'm gonna want to do a million takes. A lot of the vlogs, especially that I do here in the studio, where I have way more control over lighting, weather, sound. I could just pump them out. Unlike the on location vlogs where it would take a full day, sometimes multiple days, just to record enough for just that 1-2 minute vlog intro. So it won't be the same. So all the obsessive work is done, and you'll see what I'm talking about. But, so yeah, of the last 2 vlogs that I'm working on, I did encounter security, as you remember from the last live, a few times, making things a bit difficult. But there was one last pickup shot that I just had to redo, had to get, even if, I had to drive 30 minutes out of my way just to get that 20 seconds of video that I'm like, I just got to do that one again. It'll be worth it. It's a pain. I have to spend a couple hours between driving there, setting up, coming back, but I'm going to get it, as well as try and get the other shots, at least a little bit of, if it weren't for that security guard the first time. But I must be a glutton for punishment, but I did run into that same security guard for a second time. But either way, I'm going to be making a vlog talking about the struggles that I've been having over the past, few weeks of trying to get these. It's going to be a fun vlog, fun peek behind the curtain, behind the scenes kind of a vlog, and that sort of thing. So, yeah, so hopefully by the end of this week, we're getting closer and closer and closer than ever to being able to put out consistent content on a regular basis, as well as have more focused lives, more planned out, pre-planned lives, where, again, I could focus entirely on you and on the live, and not while also trying to do a million other things in the background behind the scenes, because that'll all be done. So the future lives will be a lot more focused, a lot more relaxed, a lot more fun. And yeah, so I'm really excited about that. It's just a matter of time. I'm so close yet so far, but closer than ever. So just two more left, with one of them already almost halfway done. And then what should be, let's say a few hour edit, but then I'll run into that one detail where I have to create some kind of filter or effect, and that stops everything, and that takes another few hours to a day just to master that one thing. But it's like, I gotta get it just right. Even if it means sometimes I'll spend a few hours working on that effect, put it in there, and just be like, no, that's still not good enough. And then scratch that, start from scratch, and start over again, and spend another 3 or 4 hours. So a lot of almost seemingly wasted time. I don't even want to begin to add up all the hours of time that I spent working on something that I wound up scrapping at the end of it just to start over, or choosing a different idea kind of a thing. Just, oh man, if I could just look in the future, now I know not to waste my time on trying this, trying that, and I could just focus on what I can do and what I'm able to do and all that. But that's part of making videos and content and everything like that. So, yeah. So that's going to about do it for today. Thank you, everybody, so much for tuning in. I appreciate and love you all. So, yeah, I'm just going to be super busy, super tiring myself out, but it's all going to be worth it in the end. So, thanks, everybody, as always, for stopping by and for all the wonderful comments and all the wonderful support. I love you all. So, yeah. Um, Carrie says, have a good day. You too. Thank you very much. So I really hope you enjoyed this live stream. And if you did, then please consider subscribing to the channel for more live streams like this one. And leave me some comments. Give it a thumbs up and share the video. You can also follow me on all of my other social media, as well as visit the Hollywood Toys online store. All the links are in the description box below. Now, stay tuned for even more amazing Hollywood Toys videos right after this. And to everyone out there watching, this is Magic Mike reminding you to live for your family and friends, live your best life, and live the movies.
Welcome to Hollywood Toys, the only place where you can live the movies.